Hello everyone, my name is Joe Scorson, channel's called Ethernet Wink, and in today's video we are on day 10 of the Quant Finance Advent Code series that I'm doing. If I seem a little tired and just I fumble over my words a lot in this video, just bear with me a little bit. Doing 1 or 2 videos a day has proven to be harder than I thought it would. Regardless, we're here and I'm not complaining. Don't think that this is annoying for me at all. So yeah, I lied to you guys last time. Today we're doing an advanced order book. We're not doing the parallel backtesting engine yet. That will be next video. That will be episode 11, the parallel backtester, which is a simple strategy, probably just a moving average cross, and then we're going to add a more complicated strategy, 2 more complicated strategies to it in 2 separate videos, and then we're going to get a little crazier, get a little more fun. But yeah, we're going to hop into our advanced order book. In the meantime, thank you guys for pumping up this X account. I'm really happy with how much it's been growing recently and all that stuff. Follow this for all the updates and to see when I'm live on Spaces with a bunch of other amazing traders. If you guys like to trade actively and you don't like overfit models, then the algorithm I made with LuxAlgo is for you. Let's hop into this though. Let's see what our task is. So we have to implement an order book that supports market, limit, stop loss, and trailing stop loss orders. Also provide one cancels other support. Okay, so I'm not going to be coding this one along with you guys because it just wouldn't compute right now. I've had this kind of half done for a little bit, finished it up, and yeah, I feel like it would lose something if the whole time I'm just clicking and clacking and just making typos, so I'm just going to talk about everything. What kind of format do you guys prefer? I don't see a difference in the video's performance that I could attribute to either one. It's really just the topics, I think. So, and all this will be in the GitHub. So I'm really curious what kind of video style you guys prefer, like the talking about this or the code along. Let me know. Regardless, though, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna start off. We just need some enums, right? We just need some enums. So we're just gonna attribute these things to a number, so that way it's easier to use them in the actual code. We have that for order type and for order status. This order book has a lot of weird things to it. It's more so like a history log than an order book, I'd say, because stuff you'll see later, we never remove orders. There's nothing to handle if order quantity is higher or lower. Like if order quantity doesn't get filled from just one order, or fulfilled, like the whole quantity isn't from a single order, which happens. And we don't remove anything. We just set the status to either filled or canceled. So in reality, if you have an order book like with a bunch of a very liquid one with a bunch of orders in and out, you want to get those orders out of there. But this is what we got so far. So we're just gonna go through with it. There's nothing wrong with it inherently for this, but I would definitely not use this without making a few adjustments. That being one, like handle when order size can't be fixed from one trade, remove it from the order book, and do some sort of asynchronous broadcasting and actually connect clients to it, like other videos that we've done before, but just with a more complicated order book, right? There's a video on my channel about using Quant to make an async an async order book, but the order book itself is super simple. So could be something, could merge the worlds. Yeah, so we have this class that's an order, and we have a lot of attributes here, right? And then optional, I didn't know this existed until I was looking into how to handle this, because I wanted this to be an advanced bit of Python, right? I wanted this to just be really cool. So if we can set price, then set it. If not, it's nothing. And we're going to handle that with quarks. That is so cool to me. Regardless, though, we're going to have some stuff is always going to be set, like order status is always going to be new. And we always need to have a ID, a side, and a quantity. And a type. So yeah, that's why our init function looks kind of weird like this with these kind of keywords like that. Yeah, because so we can use quarks. So in our initialize, we're going to have a dictionary of ints and orders, because this will be order IDs and the corresponding actual order object. And then we just have this helper variable and next to order ID. And also someone mentioned that they wanted to see more comments. So there you go. I'm a nice guy. You guys can ask me for stuff. Next order ID is there just to be able to do a little one-liner like that. I suppose that you could just always, it's a global variable, so you don't, not global, but it's local to the class, so whatever. I don't know why I did that. But we have this generate order ID functions. That way we can always just increment the next order ID variable as we need to place an order. So when we do want to place an order, we need an order type, a side, a quantity, and then other keyword arguments if applicable. That's why I put that down there as well in the creation of the order. So then we can just add it to the dictionary and return this ID. That's important for later. So now, if we want to cancel an order, we're just going to go through, if it's in the orders, get the object, set it from the ID, and then set its status to canceled. Again, we're not actually removing it, we're just setting the status to canceled. Maybe the way to do that could be to periodically broadcast out the order book as you periodically broadcast, like clean it. That's the way I would think to do it. If there's any orders linked to it, then we also have to set their IDs to, not IDs, statuses to canceled. So if we want to execute a trade, we're going to need a side and a quantity for simplicity, and best price. So if we're trying to sell right here, then this is like a glorified, it's not a glorified anything, it's just a worse matching function, really, is what it is. Our price is either going to be the best bid if we're selling, or the best ask if we're buying. So now for every order ID in our orders, let's get that order and let's see what we can do with it, right? So if it's not new, we just have to continue, because then that means that everything that we had to do to the order was already done. So now we have to start checking sides, or types, right? So if we're looking for the same side here, then we can go through and we can start checking the order types. So if it's a market order, just immediately attempt to fill it, right? So just subtract the quantities, and I'm not sure why I have this quantity right here. I thought I would need it, but I don't think I do. Is what it is. Things happen. There are oversights. It's okay. So yeah, just update the order quantity, and then if the order quantity is 0, set it to filled. Same logic for limit, but we have to check and make sure that the price is above or at the specified limit price, or at or below it for a sell order. Then we can go through and do the same thing. If we have a stop loss, we have to check the opposite thing. So if it's a buy order, we have to check if it's less than or equal to the stop price, and then we're going to set that stop status to triggered, not necessarily filled, but like the stop is triggered. Next, if it's a trailing stop loss, do that same check to see if we're triggered or not. If we're not, then we need to update the trailing stop, and we're going to do that by the trail amount, which is set in the creation of the order. If the quantity is less than 0, we can break. So now we have to link orders by their ID. Because you guys remember, this gets called in main, and so when we place an order, we get back the order ID, right? We get back an int, so that's why we can call this like that. So we just have order 1 and 2, and then just link their linked orders. We're going to link them by IDs, right? So it'll be like 3 and linked to 1. So that way we can say, okay, you're linked to something, it's not none, you're linked to something. Let me go get that order from what you're linked to. There's no extra step, we don't need one. And then update it if need be. And you have to do it both ways. And then get order status is just from an ID, just get the status of the object, or none, just to handle the error. And a little toString, because everybody likes visualization. Now for some testing. We got this order book object. We got a market order, a limit order, stop loss, and a trailing stop. We're going to link the limit order and the stop loss, because that's that's how that would actually work. One cancels others. And then we're going to execute some stuff. We're actually going to see if we can execute a buy with 150 shares, the best bid of 9.5 and the best ask of 20.5. That'll be our spread. So we're going to see if we can do that, and we're going to see if we could sell 200 right afterwards. And then we're just going to check the order status of each order and then print the whole order book with a 2-string. So you can see the testing. So here we go. The first market order gets filled as we try to buy 150 because there's an order right there to buy. So we get that filled. This cell right here is still new because the price isn't right. What am I trying to say to you guys? The order status for this stop loss gets hit because it's a stop loss to sell. And so our stop price is at 18 and we're trying to sell at either 19.5 or 20, right? Because we're trying to sell. So that's why that stop loss would get triggered because it's higher than it, right? It's like the trailing stop loss for a short order. I don't know why that was so hard for me to get out. If we were short something and our stop loss is at 18, but the price is sitting at 19.5, then we've stopped out. Then the price is above our stop loss, closing us out of our short order. And so then our trailing stop would still be new, and it would be to sell. So the stop price would be at 20, and we're at 19, so we're still good. And yeah, that's pretty much it for everything like that. You guys can see here how that's working because the best ask or the best bid is what we would check for the right. Where is that? Right, the best bid if decided to sell, right? So now 19.5 is our best bid. So our stop price is at 18, and the price is at 19.5. So stop out. Our stop price is 20. The price is at 19.5. So we're still good. We're still below our stop loss value. I don't know why that messed with me so much. Thank you guys for bearing with me. We do see though that the linked orders is working. So order ID 2 is linked to 3. And we can link it to multiple orders. That's why it's a list. Order ID 2 is linked to 3. Order ID 3 is linked to 2. And so there we can see that. That is also something that we could implement, is if this is triggered, actually set it to canceled, and then cancel the other one is necessary. Would actually be necessary. So yeah, this is a great start, I think, this order book. And I think it's a great structure. I think the use of quarks and stuff like that is just super good. I think it's super simple in an advanced way. And yeah, I think it's a great starting point. I think would be amazing for you guys if you wanted to jump into this project and add a bunch of other stuff. Like now you understand this code, now you understand how it works, and so then you could jump in, add Quart for some async broadcasting and some cleanups for the triggers, and remove orders. Actually have a matching function that we call instead of just executing trades based on what the order book is at, because this is kind of a match function with less steps, right? If we were to make it a match function, we could get rid of the side, then we could just loop through it, and we wouldn't need it wouldn't need a quantity either. We could just see how much we could fill with what we got, clear it out, and keep on trying as new things come in. But yeah, that's all I got for this video, guys. Like I said, if you guys like short-term trading, Luxalgo and right here. Thank you guys for bearing with me if I was a little all over the place with how I was commentating this. Let me know in the comments what kind of video style you guys prefer. Obviously, in scenarios like this, I would always have to talk it over like how I did. But yeah, thank you guys so much for the support on this series. It's been doing great. I think that you guys are really going to enjoy the other stuff that we have with actual strategies. I know that a lot of you guys wanted to get into machine learning. Really starting from the bottom here for anybody who is truly new to this stuff and you've never even looked at an order book, never even done some concurrency before. Better do that stuff first before you hop into machine learning. Also, Hit and Miss Lap, thank you for telling me about, I think Dask is what it's called. It seems pretty cool. Might look into it at some point. Last thing, I've been coding a bit of C++ lately. There's actually let me see if I can find that on my account. There's actually a neural network from scratch that I made in, here it is, that I made in C++. And so it's on my GitHub. It's right here. Neural network from scratch to predict values in a sine wave with some noise. It supports what does it support? Add layer, train, and predict. Let me know what other ideas you guys have for C++ projects. I'm doing this to prepare for something I might have to really kill it on. So that's why I'm doing this. Let me know what other ideas you guys have for C++ projects, and if you guys want me to make a video about this. It's on the GitHub if you guys want to see it, but yeah. That's all for me tonight, guys. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Well, tonight. I'm going to upload this in the morning tomorrow. But I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Stay well, stay smart, stay enjoying what you're doing. Keep the shoulders down, even if you're stressed. I'll catch you guys in the next one.